Did you know that a 69-year-old grandfather suffered a heart attack just weeks ago? And his cardiologist pinned the blame on the breakfast he'd been eating for years. He thought he was making healthy choices, starting his day with foods he'd trusted since his 40s, but those very foods were quietly clogging his arteries, spiking his blood pressure, and putting his heart at risk. The truth is, after 65, the breakfast you eat can either nourish your heart, keeping it strong and steady, or silently destroy it, increasing your chances of heart disease, strokes, and even sudden cardiac events. Some foods seem innocent, even wholesome, but they're loaded with hidden dangers that hit seniors harder as our bodies age. In this video, we're diving into 3 breakfast foods you must stop eating if you're over 65, because they're silently wrecking your heart. These aren't guesses or old myths. They're based on hard science and real patterns doctors have seen in seniors who face heart problems. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which foods to kick out of your kitchen, why they're so harmful, and what to eat instead to protect your heart and feel energized every morning. Stay with me until the very end, because the last food we'll talk about is one most seniors eat every single day without a second thought, and it could be putting your heart in serious danger. Let's get started. Let's start with a breakfast food you need to stop eating right now: sugary breakfast cereals. You've probably seen those bright boxes in the grocery store, some even labeled as heart-healthy or packed with vitamins. But here's the harsh reality. Most processed cereals are loaded with sugar and refined carbohydrates, which are like poison for your heart. When you pour yourself a bowl of sugary cereal, your blood sugar shoots up, triggering inflammation in your blood vessels and raising your bad cholesterol levels. Over time, this damages your arteries, making them stiff and narrow, which skyrockets your risk of heart attacks and strokes. For seniors, whose bodies don't handle blood sugar spikes as well as they used to, this is a recipe for disaster. Think about someone like Margaret, a 67-year-old who loved her morning cereal, thinking the whole grain label meant it was good for her. Year after year, she felt more tired, her cholesterol kept climbing, and her doctor warned her she was on the path to heart disease. Studies show that seniors who eat high-sugar breakfasts have a 25% higher risk of cardiovascular problems compared to those who choose low-sugar options. The worst part? Even cereals marketed as healthy often hide sugars or artificial additives that strain your heart. So what should you do instead? Swap that cereal for a bowl of plain oatmeal, topped with fresh berries or a sprinkle of walnuts. Oatmeal is packed with soluble fiber, which lowers cholesterol and keeps your blood sugar steady, giving your heart the support it needs. By ditching sugary cereals, you'll protect your arteries, boost your energy, and start your day the right way. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us keep creating content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move on. The second breakfast food you need to stop eating is bacon and other processed meats like sausages or deli ham. For many seniors, bacon is a beloved part of breakfast, maybe fried up with eggs or tucked into a sandwich. It's savory, satisfying, and feels like a treat. But here's the problem. Processed meats are packed with sodium, saturated fats, and preservatives like nitrates, all of which are terrible for your heart. The sodium sends your blood pressure through the roof, forcing your heart to work harder. The saturated fats raise your bad cholesterol, clogging your arteries. And those nitrates? They can damage your blood vessels over time, increasing your risk of heart attacks and strokes. For seniors, whose hearts are already under more strain, these foods are like a ticking time bomb. Take John, a 71-year-old who couldn't resist his weekend bacon ritual. He thought it was harmless, but over time he started feeling chest tightness and his doctor found his arteries were narrowing dangerously. Research shows that eating processed meats even a few times a week can increase your risk of heart disease by up to 40% in older adults. The scary part, just 2 slices of bacon can contain half your daily sodium limit, putting your heart under immediate stress. The good news? You can still enjoy protein at breakfast without the risk. Try swapping bacon for a slice of smoked salmon, which is rich in omega-3 fats that actually protect your heart. Or go plant-based with mashed avocado on whole grain toast, which gives you healthy fats and fiber. By cutting out processed meats, You'll lower your blood pressure, clear your arteries, and give your heart a much-needed break. If you're finding this video helpful, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're still with me. Your feedback means a lot, and it helps us create more content like this. Let's keep going. The third breakfast food you must stop eating is white bread and refined pastries like bagels, muffins, or croissants. These are morning staples for so many seniors, whether toasted with butter, slathered with jam, or grabbed from a bakery. They're quick and comforting, but they're a disaster for your heart. White bread and pastries are made from refined flour, which your body treats like sugar. They cause rapid blood sugar spikes, leading to inflammation that damages your blood vessels and builds up plaque in your arteries. They're also low in fiber, so they leave you hungry soon after, tempting you to snack on more unhealthy foods. For seniors, this cycle of spikes and crashes puts enormous strain on the heart, raises cholesterol, and can lead to weight gain, which makes your heart work even harder. Imagine someone like Susan, a 66-year-old who loved her daily bagel with cream cheese. She started noticing shortness of breath during her morning chores, and her doctor discovered her cholesterol levels were dangerously high. Studies show that diets high in refined carbohydrates increase the risk of heart disease by up to 35% in seniors over 65. The worst part? Many pastries also contain trans fats, which are even more harmful than saturated fats, directly contributing to artery blockages. So what's the solution? Switch to whole grain options like 100% whole wheat bread or steel-cut oats. These are high in fiber, which lowers cholesterol and keeps your blood sugar stable. You can also try sprouted grain bread, like Ezekiel bread, which is easier on your heart and digestion. By saying goodbye to white bread and pastries, you'll reduce inflammation, protect your arteries, and keep your heart beating strong. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 3 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Your support keeps us going. Now, let's talk about what to eat instead to keep your heart healthy. While we're on the topic of breakfast, let's dive into some heart-friendly alternatives that will nourish your body and lower your risk of heart disease. One of the best choices is fresh berries, like blueberries, strawberries, or raspberries. Berries are packed with antioxidants called anthocyanins, which reduce inflammation and improve blood flow, helping your heart pump more efficiently. They're also low in sugar, so they won't cause the blood sugar spikes that harm your arteries. Try adding a half cup of berries to a bowl of plain Greek yogurt, which is high in protein and probiotics that support heart health. Another great option is nuts, like almonds or walnuts, which are rich in healthy fats that lower bad cholesterol and strengthen your blood vessels. Sprinkle a small handful on your oatmeal, or pair them with a piece of fruit for a balanced meal. If you're a fan of savory breakfasts, consider eggs, but prepare them the right way, poached or boiled instead of fried in butter. Eggs are a great source of protein and contain nutrients like choline that support heart function. When eaten in moderation, you can pair them with a slice of whole grain toast and some sliced avocado for a heart-healthy start to your day. By building your breakfast around these foods, you'll give your heart the nutrients it needs to stay strong, keep your energy steady, and reduce your risk of cardiovascular problems. If you're finding these tips helpful, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're still with me. Your comments inspire us to keep creating content like this. Let's move on. Why are these breakfast foods so dangerous for seniors? As we age, our hearts become more vulnerable to damage from inflammation, high blood pressure, and cholesterol buildup. Our bodies don't process sugar, sodium, or unhealthy fats as well as they did in our younger years. So foods that seemed fine decades ago can now cause serious harm. Sugary cereals, processed meats, and refined pastries contribute to what doctors call metabolic syndrome, a dangerous combination of high blood sugar, high blood pressure, and excess body fat that dramatically increases your risk of heart disease. For seniors, even small amounts of these foods can add up, quietly narrowing your arteries, raising your cholesterol, and weakening your heart. The scary part? Heart disease is often silent, building up over years without obvious symptoms until a heart attack or stroke strikes. The good news? Your heart is incredibly resilient, and making small changes to your breakfast can make a huge difference. By avoiding these 3 foods and choosing heart-healthy alternatives, you can lower your cholesterol, stabilize your blood pressure, and reduce your risk of a life-threatening cardiac event. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 5 below to let me know you're here. Your support means the world to us. Let's talk about how to make these changes stick. Switching to a heart-healthy breakfast doesn't have to feel overwhelming, but it does take a little planning. Start by cleaning out your kitchen. Toss those boxes of sugary cereal. Donate that package of bacon, and get rid of white bread or pastries. Stock your pantry with whole foods like plain oats, fresh berries, nuts, and whole grain bread. To make mornings easier, plan your breakfasts ahead of time. For example, you could prep a batch of overnight oats with almond milk, berries, and a sprinkle of chia seeds on Sunday so you have a quick, heart-healthy option all week. If you prefer savory meals, try a veggie scramble with eggs, spinach, and a side of whole grain toast. Keep your portions moderate. Your heart doesn't need a huge meal to kickstart the day. And swap sugary juices or sodas for water or herbal tea, which won't undo the benefits of your healthy breakfast. If you're worried about missing your old favorites, get creative with healthier versions. For instance, you can mimic the smoky flavor of bacon by seasoning baked mushrooms or eggplant strips with smoked paprika. The key is to start small. Replace one food at a time, like swapping cereal for oatmeal or bacon for salmon. Over time, your taste buds will adjust, and you'll start to crave these heart-healthy foods. Your heart will feel the difference, and you'll notice more energy, better focus, and a stronger sense of well-being. If you're still watching and finding these tips valuable, please comment number 6 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Your support helps us keep creating content to inform and inspire you. Let's dive into some practical tips to keep your heart healthy beyond breakfast. Your breakfast is just one part of the puzzle when it comes to heart health, so let's talk about a few other habits that can make a big difference. First, stay active. Even a 15-minute walk each morning can lower your blood pressure, improve circulation, and strengthen your heart. If walking feels tough, try chair exercises or gentle stretching to keep your blood flowing. Second, manage stress. Chronic stress raises cortisol levels, which can damage your heart over time. Try deep breathing, meditation, or even chatting with a friend to unwind. Third, get enough sleep. Aim for 7 to 8 hours a night. Poor sleep increases inflammation and blood pressure, putting extra strain on your heart. If you struggle with sleep, avoid caffeine in the afternoon and create a relaxing bedtime routine, like reading or listening to soft music. Finally, check in with your doctor regularly. Simple tests like cholesterol screenings or blood pressure checks can catch problems early, giving you a chance to make changes before they become serious. By pairing a heart-healthy breakfast with these habits, you'll create a powerful routine that keeps your heart strong and your body thriving. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 7 below to let me know you're here. Your comments keep us motivated to create more content like this. Let's wrap this up. Let's take a moment to reflect on why this matters so much. Heart disease is the leading cause of death for seniors, but it's not inevitable. The foods you eat every morning play a massive role in whether your heart stays healthy or starts to falter. Sugary cereals, processed meats, and refined pastries aren't just treats, they're silent threats that build up over time, narrowing your arteries and weakening your heart. But the flip side is just as powerful. Every healthy breakfast you choose is a step toward a stronger, longer life. By making these changes, you're not just protecting your heart, you're preserving your independence, your energy, and your ability to enjoy the things you love, whether it's playing with your grandkids, gardening, or simply taking a walk in the sunshine. The choices you make today can add years to your life and make those years better, filled with vitality and joy. Now, let's bring it all together with some final thoughts. Today we've covered 3 breakfast foods you must stop eating if you're over 65. Sugary breakfast cereals, bacon and processed meats, and white bread and refined pastries, because they're silently destroying your heart with sugar, sodium, and unhealthy fats. We've also talked about heart-healthy alternatives like berries, nuts, and properly prepared eggs, which can lower your cholesterol, stabilize your blood pressure, and keep your heart pumping strong. We've shared practical tips to make these changes stick, from planning your meals to clearing out your pantry, and we've touched on other habits like staying active and managing stress to support your heart beyond breakfast. The truth is, after 65, your heart needs extra care, and the foods you eat every morning are one of the most powerful ways to give it the love it deserves. The wrong breakfast can quietly damage your arteries, but the right one can help you stay active, independent, and full of life for years to come. Take a moment to think about your own breakfast routine. Are you pouring a bowl of sugary cereal, not realizing the harm it's doing to your heart? Do you fry up bacon or toast a bagel out of habit, unaware of the strain it's putting on your arteries? Maybe you've been meaning to try healthier options but haven't known where to start. Whatever the case, the key is awareness. Once you know which foods to avoid and what to eat instead, you can take control of your heart health and your future. So here's my challenge to you. Tomorrow morning, make one small change. Skip the cereal and try a bowl of oatmeal with berries. Swap the bacon for a slice of avocado or salmon. Replace that white bread with a whole grain option. Even one healthier choice can set you on the path to a stronger heart and a better life. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.